Hello, this is Danny Bloomfield reporting from Bal Harbour, Florida, where this evening Marion Golden will be celebrating her 75th, I repeat, her 75th birthday. And we're going to zoom in on her now. Can you
I'm
believe
ready
that
for
this
my
is...
close-up.
Yes. All right, we'll be back to you later.
Most of all, I want to thank her publicly for giving me 10 fantastic years. She's been the most caring, loving wife a man could have. And hopefully we're going to have many more years together. So let's toast Marion's birthday.
Cheers, Marion.
Thank you and have a wonderful time.
Donald. There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, Marion.
Salud.
Hey, if I need to stand with
You're everything.
Hello, 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 please.
Go over here.
Silence and birthday. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Danny, and I'm Marion's little bundle of joy. I'm her miracle child, and I just have a few words to say. Actually, 5 pages of words, but I'm going to try and speak very quickly. Bear with me because the lighting isn't very good in here, and my contact lenses are screwing up my eyes. This morning, I said something very obnoxious at the breakfast table. And my mother responded, well, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even be here with your big shot attitude. So that got me to thinking, if it wasn't for one baby out of millions born on February 22nd, 1937, thousands of miles away, none of us would be here right now. Think about it. For those of you who are not aware of the backstory of this sophisticated glamour puss that is sitting among us tonight, please allow me to enlighten you. She was a single mother of a reckless and out-of-control daughter, my sister, and a mentally retarded son.
No.
She sacrificed, and this is serious, she sacrificed a good night's sleep for many years by sleeping on a mattress in the living room floor so that both of her kids could have their own bedroom. That's the truth.
Well, good for you, Marion.
She supported us first by working in a ladies' clothing store in a mall, and then as a dental assistant. Just bear with me as I change the page. In fact, I'm probably the only person in this room who can say with a heart full of pride that his mother actually x-rayed his teeth. In fact, ever since my experiences with my mother in a dental chair, I've had a pathological fear of women in a uniform. Through a recipe of equal parts wisdom, street smarts, and hardcore nagging, she was able to get her kids out of the house and start having fun for herself. Fast forward many years later, my mother succeeded in providing many years of happiness and joy to her husband and one of my best friends, Stan. And if there really is a heaven, Stanley is up there right now, wearing his angel wings with a big glass of gin, straight up with lots of ice, and mixing it with his fingers, toasting you on this momentous occasion in your life. Now, I might also add that my mother was also the best mother-in-law to my ex-wife, Cheryl. And she sends you her love today on your birthday. And I'm sure that Shirley is toasting you with an ice-cold glass of Miller Lite right now. Now, just as one would think that this magical tale has ground to a halt, out of nowhere, enter stage left, the Motor City Madman, Michigan's own Prince Charming, the godfather of soul, the hardest working man in show business, the Doc in Doc Optics.
Wow.
You know him as Donald, but to me, he's the golden boy. descended from the wilds of Michigan on gossamer wings to sweep up my mother on his magic steed, to whisk her to unforgettable journeys around the world. Singapore, Shanghai, Cairo, Mumbai, and Charlevoix.
Right.
You're rocking, Danny.
Now, I know that you're all very happy to be here tonight, but I know for a fact that nobody's happier to be here than Donald and Marion. Why? Because they know that they can spend every minute of every day with each other. So please join me, and I don't have my glass with me, but join me in toasting Donald Golden for making my mother so happy.
Here, here.
Here, Donald.
Now, before I ask you to raise your glass to my mother, I'd like her to thank her personally for a couple of things. I'd like to say, Ma, thank you for instilling within me the appreciation and understanding of good gin and imported beer since the age of 15. I want to thank you for letting me play my AC/DC, Beatles, and Led Zeppelin records at maximum volume in the days before the iPod. I want to thank you for making me understand the importance of good dental hygiene. And I want to thank you for taking me to England when I was 16 years old, and for the many trips to Germany and Sweden. We're almost finished. For the many trips to Germany and Sweden to help me understand at an early age that there's a world beyond my smoky bedroom. Thank you for half a century of nagging, which has obviously done me in some good stead, because as Janice put it so eloquently this morning, listen to your mother, Danny. So now, finally, on behalf of my biological sister, Tanya, who couldn't be here tonight, and my adopted sister, Janice, who's holding the camera, and my dog, Razmataz, I'd like you all to raise your glasses and say, Happy birthday, Feliz Navidad, Bonne Fête, to my wonderful mother, Marion Elizabeth Juliana Domnauer Wiberg Bloomfield, Domnauer again, Candiston, Taylor, Burton, Fisher, Todd, Hinton, Wilding, Fortensky, Golden.
Hey, Danny.
And now, for those of you who want more, my sister-in-law Janice has a few words to say.
Your sister-in-law?
Yeah, really.
Something like that. Boy. Good evening, everyone. I think, Danny, that I'll pale in comparison to you. I'm sorry, but it was just composed.
The microphone.
I said, I think I'm going to pale in comparison to Danny's.
Scream a little bit
job
louder.
here, but a half an hour on the beach and a few words just came out and onto the paper. So it was very last minute, Marion, but anyways, I know most of you know me, but for those few that may not, I'm Janice Goodfellow, and I'm Marion's daughter-in-law from Montreal, and I'm married to her stepson, Bobby Candiston, who unfortunately, and very regretfully, couldn't be here this evening. Dear friends, one thing is for sure. We are all here to celebrate the very beautiful and special lady that Marion is to all of us on her special milestone birthday. But I will tell you that beautiful and special are only two of the many attributes that Marion is to me. As I came into her family some 12 years ago, Marion and her late husband Stanley Candiston welcomed me with open arms and genuine kindness and generosity that I will always remember. We instantly developed a warm friendship and a closeness that has grown stronger and more precious with the passing years. I honestly cannot imagine that I've ever had a bigger fan in this world than Marion, who has always been there to praise, to listen, to console, and to advise with sensitive, sensible, and unjudgmental compassion. Isn't it true that our Marion always manages to know when and how and where to say just the right words to lift one's spirits and make the day brighter and hopeful? She is so thoughtful and considerate. In closing, and so that I don't ramble on too much here, I wish to remind you, Marion, on your special birthday today, that quite simply, you are a good and beautiful person, both inside and out. And that together, you and Donald make a wonderful couple who I am proud to say I love and cherish having in my life. Please, everyone, raise your glasses and toast Marion. Happy birthday!
Well done, both of you.
Well done.
Yes, let's all get together and sing happy birthday to Mary. To you.
Oh my God.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marianne. Happy birthday to you.
We got a smaller cake.
Wait. He's got a torch.
Oh my God.
Okay, now you can do it one more time.
Wow. Many.
Whoa.
There you go. Now we have some excitement.
Look at that, yay.
To you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marianne.
Happy birthday to you. Congratulations.
I can't blow it out.
No, I don't think that you can.
Just
Make a big, big wish. Lots of wishes.
Make a big wish.
10 wishes. As many. Isn't that a gorgeous cake?
There you go.
Yo! Now blow it.
Yay!